Great day, attractive thinker and visual encouragers. Welcome back to another episode of Beyond the Break. Give yourself a fighting chance. Dr. Toni Hatton here, your identity coach and get to the root specialist. So delighted to be back here with you. Again, thank you so much for your comments, your likes, and clicking that subscribe button and sharing this message with your circle of influence, because Beyond the Break is where it's at. I want you to understand that we have resources, mental resources to support you with mental healing, mental strength, and mindset maintenance. This is the power of the Attractive Thinker Global Movement and the Visual Encourager, because we are supporting you with the thing that matters the most. Your mental health is everything. You hear people say mental health is the greatest wealth. It is true, because I say, and Tichet, we say this, you hear me say it all the time. We can lose a lot of things in life, and when we've lost ourselves, that's when we've lost everything. So mental health is so important. I celebrate you for showing up for this episode. Today, we're going to be talking about, in the end, it works out. Welcome my co-host, Tichet Bradshaw.
Happy Mindset Monday, everybody. Guess what? We've made it again and again. We get to do what we never did, go where we've never gone, and have all that we deserve to have. And may I say that this is always a great day to be alive.
Yes, it is. It is a fantastic and amazing day to be alive. I want you to feel that in your energy, feel that in your spirit, resonate with that, bring that to your attention. It is a great day. This is a day you've never seen before. It is a great day to be alive. Anything is possible today. Tichet, you always say any moment of today can change your life for the better. And it can be very unexpected. Don't shut the door. Don't denounce your greatness. My father always says to me, don't discount your greatness. That's a powerful statement. Don't discount your greatness. Don't close the door. Don't say what can't happen. Don't have a closed mind or a closed heart to opportunities. You don't know what can happen in your day. You don't know how far you've really come. You don't know if what you're looking for is right around the corner or not. Today we're talking about, in the end, it works out. When you're in the beginning of something, you can't see that. It's hard to see that because, if you've been listening to these Beyond the Break episodes and tuning in weekly, you automatically know that as attractive thinkers, hindsight is 2020. You don't see clearly going forward. You see clearly looking back. And that's why going forward, you have to understand you're walking in the dark. You're walking by faith. You're not going to see everything. And that's why it's important to shift from sight to vision. When you're creating and you're moving and walking forward and creating the impossible, creating what's never been done before, it takes faith to do that. And faith is blind. Faith is a walk in the dark. You don't see when you're walking with faith. That's why you have to trust. You have to shift from seeing to actually sensing. It has, how does it feel? It may not look right because you can't see it, but does it feel right? If it feels right, go in that direction. That's what this faith walk is all about. So when we talk about, in the end, you win, or in the end, it works out, you have to get that in your spirit. It's a knowing. It's a knowing that, and you probably have testimonies about this already, or experiences with this, about things that happened in your life and you didn't know how it was going to turn out. I know for me, Tichet, I still find myself saying, I don't know how I got through that. Different situations in my life. I don't even know how I made it this far. What was I thinking? What made me take a stand like that? Or what made me hold on to my faith at a time like that? What made me believe in hope when there was no hope to believe in? What made me, like you hear people, they used to say back in the day, hold on. And if you feel like your hand is slipping, tie a knot in the rope and keep holding on. What makes a person do that? I believe that it's already something inside of us. When we give up physically, the spirit takes over. And when I say the spirit, I'm talking about the power of determination. It's almost like a stick shift. Something shifts because it knows when you're at the end and when you've given up or when you're about to let go, and you shift gears and you find yourself going further. When you thought it was the end, you realize it's not the end, it's the beginning. When you thought it was over, you realize it's not over, it's just starting. And it's starting anew. It's not starting over, but it's starting again. Think about that. That's a difference. Write that down in your attractive thinker notebook. You're not starting over, you're starting again. You get to start again. So many times we have regrets in our lives, and we go through the shoulda, coulda, woulda game, and we wish we could change things. But to know that we can start again, you mean we talk about video games a lot. All my kids play a lot of video games, and I'm sure you do on your side. But one of the things we talk about is that video game concept, that platform. When you're playing a video game, if it doesn't work out, the first time on that level, it says start again. Or you get to play, you hit that play button again and you go back to where you started. It's not like you can never do it again. It's not like, okay, you didn't make it on this level, or you didn't make it the first try, so you don't ever get to try again. No, you get to try again. You're not trying over. You're not starting over. You're starting again. That's different. I hope you're getting this in your hearing, because when you start again, you're starting with the knowledge that you had when you tried. You now have the wisdom. Okay, when you tried it the first time, you went to the left. When you start again, you can go to the right. I want you to think about that. Starting again, like Tichet always say, it's a great day to be alive. Why? Because we get to start again. Tichet, talk to us, because there's a lot that we can unpack with this. In the end, it works out. Talk to us, Tichet.
What's crazy is while I'm listening to you, when we go through stuff, we don't always see the bigger picture, but the bigger picture is bigger than what we know. So the stuff that we don't know is greater than the things that we know. And though we trust in what we know, it's what we don't know that is in the lineup that allows us to move a certain way and allows us to get through some things that we normally wouldn't even know that we could make it through. If you, like you said, there's a lot of times you didn't know how you made it through stuff, but you did. And you ever wish for something and you've been praying for it and you say, well, that didn't work out the way that I wanted to. But then down the line, you realize it really did. It really did. Thank God he didn't answer that prayer, because at that time, for what I knew, I thought it was the best, but God knew better. And the bigger picture that we're painting here, we forget about in those little moments. And listen, the us as adults, and as we move forward in our lives, even though we are grown, some of us over 20, 30, 40, 50, even though we have spent that amount of time on this earth, we really only just begun. Some of us can begin again and again and again. And this is another thing, when you were talking about that the opportunities will come again. That's one of the things that I always say is never regret a missed opportunity, because you're right, it will represent itself over again and you will have a second chance at doing it. But this time you will have the knowledge and the experience and the knowing that you wish you would have had when it passed the first time, right? But this time it's not going to pass you. You weren't meant to do it that time. You were meant to do it this time. We have to believe that greatness is for us. This game is designed for us to win. This game is designed for us to win. We're not losers. We're not in here making tons of mistakes. Even your mistakes work out for your good. Even the things that you feel like you didn't do well, you didn't know, all of it work out for your good, because the whole goal is for us to play. The whole goal is for us to learn. The whole goal is for us to not just get to the end, but to enjoy the game, enjoy the journey, enjoy all the things that you get to collect along the way, all those gems and jewels, such as beyond the break. Enjoy those gems and jewels. Enjoy the moments that lay ahead of you. How do you do that? Keeping your dreams and your visions always before you. Keeping your goals always before you. Because your goals, even let's just say you had a goal for something and you couldn't meet said goal. That goal led you to an even greater goal. You have to believe that if you aren't privileged to meet that goal, then you're privileged to meet a goal that is even greater. So some of us, we might be thinking small concerning that and not even thinking that we think it's small because it's greater than what we would normally think. But the highest thought is always higher than our thoughts. It's always greater than what we know. So when we're talking about in the end, it works. In the end, it works out. The truth of the matter is we just don't know how we're going to get there. All we know is we're going to get there. That's all we need to hold on to, is that we are going to make it and we are going to win. There's no beginning and there's no end to us. We are fully expanded. We are ever changing energy. We have the ability to win again and again and again. And this is why I say it's a great day to be alive, because every day that we are blessed, we have the privilege and an honor to take this day to do what we never did. You know, we take this moment to become what we never thought we could become. We take this moment to be better in the world, to put out better, to have more energy so we can attract better, to put out more work so that we can reap better. You know, we have the ability to make a big difference in the world every single day. We just have to let go of the regrets, the wouldas, the shouldas, and the couldas of yesterday. Let go of all of the quote unquote failed attempts. That's not quite failed attempts, because those were just stepping stones to get you to where you're supposed to go and be. You are on the right path if you're watching this video. You're definitely on the right path, because I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that all things work together for good, including you taking this time out to take your notes and listen to us speak and allow us to pour into your lives, and allowing us to give you our testimonies, that allows you to change and shift your narrative that's in your head, so that you can know that you were designed to win and that it all works out for the good for you. Back to you, Dr. Toni.
So fantastic and amazing. Attractive thinker, I want you to understand that in the end, it works out. What does that mean? In order for you to believe that, there has to be a knowing. You have to know who you are. And you have just look back over your life. It worked out. It had to work out. Now, it may not have worked out the way you wanted it to, but it worked out because you're still here. It worked out. You got through it. You're still, fantastic and amazing. You still have dreams and visions and goals. You still have that drive and aspiration and determination to do bigger and greater things with your life. Now, in the end, it works out. What we're trying to say to you today is that knowing who you are and how you're wired to share, you always say we are wired to win. It's built in. Winning is built in, attractive thinker. I want you to understand that when you cut your finger, now we all have cut our finger at one time or another in our lives. It heals. We did not bleed to death because we cut our finger, because there's a mechanism built in to heal, to run to that area, to heal it and patch it up really quickly so that you can survive the cut, so that you can continue and move on with your day. That's built in. You really think because you put a band-aid on your finger that that's what healed it, or that's what stopped the bleeding? No, the healing and the winning and the nurturing and the solution was already built in. Your body knew what to do when your finger got cut. You didn't have to say, oh, finger, we're cut, so you guys need to do what y'all got to do. I don't know what y'all do, but you need to do what you got to do. You didn't have to do that. It's involuntary. It's an automatic mechanism that takes place in the body. Now, if that's something simple like a cut can heal itself. There's something in your body that knows that your finger was cut. And I don't, it doesn't even have to be a deep cut. How in the world does the intelligence in the body know that? I mean, even something as small as a hangnail. How does the body know, with all of the systems that are in the body and all of the work that the body has to do to keep you alive? How does the body know that you nicked your finger, that you cut your finger, and it sends healing over there, it sends resources to that area to heal it so it doesn't get infected, so that you don't bleed out, so that you don't get sick, so that you can continue to use your finger even though it's cut? All of that is happening at the same time that your heart is still beating. Your heart did not have to stop the beat in order for your body to heal your finger. All of these systems and things are happening all at once because you're wired to win. In the end, it works out, attractive thinker. That's what I want you to understand is built in. Sometimes you don't even have to do anything for things to work out in your life. It's your birthright for it to work out. It's supposed to work that way. See, we've been conditioned to expect the worst all of the time. We've been conditioned to think that whatever happens to us, it's supposed to happen, or that's just the way it is, or that's just life, or it was bound to happen, or I knew nothing good was going to come my way, or I was just waiting for the other shoe to drop. All of that is programming and conditioning on top of your greatness, on top of your healing. When we think that way, we're thinking against the way our body is wired. When we speak that way, we're talking against our outcome. We're speaking against it working out for us. We have to align our mind and our program and our thoughts and our words with a higher level of thinking, with a higher level of expectation. Expect it. Today, like Tichet said, it's a great day to be alive. Expect things to work out in the end for you today. Expect that by the end of today, when you lay your head on the pillow, you'll say automatically that it is a great day to be alive. You'll say, you'll feel it in your spirit. You'll feel it in your energy. It'll resonate throughout your body. You'll lay your head on the pillow and you'll say, it is a great day to be alive. And I want you to think about that. Think about the words that you say. Hear what you're saying, because you have an abundant day. You get to breathe in this day, where we're living at a time right now where the breath is being attacked, and you get to breathe in this day. It is a great day to be alive. I want you to think about that. Think about how things work out for you. Whatever it is that's on your mind right now, whatever is troubling you, whatever you're struggling through, whatever is causing you pain, I want you to think about this for a moment. In the end, it works out. What does that mean? You say, well, Dr. Toni, in the end, it works out, but I need it to work out right now. It's working out now so that you can see the fruit in the end. It's manifesting right now. Just by you, like Tichet said, if you're listening to this message, it's working out for you so that you can see it in the end. You can see the end result, the fruit, the blessing. You can gather the lesson, and you can feel that abundance and success. See, success doesn't always look so successful, and good doesn't always feel so, doing the right thing doesn't always feel so right, and doing good doesn't always feel so good. That's why you're an attractive thinker, because you have to have an attractive thinker eye in order to see abundance in the midst of lack, in order to see the light in the midst of darkness. It is working out. And in the end, you will see that more clearly than you see it now. Right now, you're in the trust season of your life. It's a knowing season of your life. You have to know. When you can't see, shift into knowing. So many times in my life, Tichet, I could not see. It was kind of dark. I couldn't see which way to go, or if I was making the right decision, or if I was doing the right thing. And I had to shift. I said, Toni, remember who you are. When it gets really dark, shift from sight to vision. And have you ever seen in the movie, sometimes these military guys wear these night vision glasses, and even though it's dark, they can see everything. They can see movement, they can see light, and they can sense certain things. This is how we walk as attractive thinkers. When things get really dark and you can't see your way, shift from sight to vision and know that it's hindsight that's 2020. And in the end, it's all gonna work out. Back to you, Tichet.
You know, when you think about the systems that we have in place in our physical bodies, when you talk about the systems and how things just work out with the system, you always say the body can heal itself given proper nutrition. I heard you say that so many times, right? And then I started to pay attention and I started to see that yes, that is true. You know, the thing is it's like that in spirit too. It's like that in the physical world. It's like that in the financial world. It just takes us paying attention and being intentional, meaning if we got to go through something, we're going to make sure it counts, right? When you have that kind of mindset, I'm going to make sure it's count. That means you're going to, no matter what you're going through at that moment, you're going to find something to pull from it so that you never miss another gem on your journey, so that you never allow yourself to skip over something that you were supposed to learn. Remember, everything is a lesson or a blessing, right? No matter how you go through or what you go through, everything is either a lesson or a blessing. Yes, your pain can be a lesson, and yes, your pain can be a blessing, depending on your mindset and depending on your perception. You know, and so when you go through certain things and you are intentionally creating a positive experience, you are intentionally allowing yourself to win, right? Because we have to get out of our own way when it comes to winning, because it was designed for us to win by default. But there are some things that we allow to get in our way, such as fear, such as doubt, such as self-negative talk. All those things we allow to get in our way can hinder, but they can't stop it because you were designed to win. Now, the moment that you are aware of those hindrances and you start facing your fears, you stop that negative self talk, you allow yourself to pay attention, you allow yourself to intentionally create positive experiences no matter what goes on. When you stop doing that negative stuff and start doing that positive stuff, you will receive that win by default no matter what, no matter what. Because all things work together for good. So even the one thing that broke your heart, oh my God, you cried so many tears and you never thought you could get through it. Even that works out for your good. Even that exposes some greatness in you. And you know, some people might be out here saying, well, it didn't work out for them, or this happened and it didn't work out for the other person. You can't carry that on your shoulders. They don't have your calling. They don't have your life, your calling, your desires, your wishes. But I'm sure they have things that worked out for them. But concerning you, all things work out for your good. Because the truth of the matter is the intricate details of our lives matter. In our bodies, in our spirit, in our emotions, all of it matters. And all of it is so intelligent. We are walking intelligence. You know, like you said, our heart does not have to stop beating to heal our finger. That is an intricate detail that we don't pay attention to. But when you start paying attention to details of your desires, detail of your work, your efforts, detail of all the things that you have gone through, you'll see that all of it mattered for this point, for your defining moment. All of that mattered. It brought you to this point. You say, well, I didn't ask to be hurt. I didn't ask for this. I didn't want to be helping people. Your spirit called for greatness. If you're listening to us, your spirit called for greatness, because we didn't come upon you by happenstance. This is not coincidental that we're talking to you. We're talking to you because you are called for greatness. You were designed to win. Most of us were designed to, all of us really were designed to win. The game already has in the system everything that's needed to win. You know how when you come to the end of a game and right before the credits roll and they have all of these stars and fireworks and all this stuff that says you won the game. All of that was designed before you entered into the system. All of that was already there before you decided to play. they said, let's put this in there because no matter what decision you make in this game, the win is always there. So no matter what you do, you can't erase the win. You just can't give up. You have to keep going. You have to keep playing no matter what it looks like. It can look like, let's say you failed at everything. I say, quote unquote, failed at everything you have tried thus far. Was it really a failure, or was it the lessons from those failures that's making you win this next war? You know, you can lose certain battles, but you can win the war. You know, and the thing is when we decided to play in this game, there was so many things that was wrapped up in all these experiences, but it's our focus that brought out what we took from that experience. So if you took negativity from that experience, it was your focus on the negativity that you brought out, because there's always, always, always two sides to every coin, positive, negative, heads or tails. There's always two sides to every coin. You have to decide to be the head and not the tail. You have to decide to be above and not beneath. You have to decide that no matter what, I'm gonna pull something to this. If I lost everything and I still got myself, I still won. Yes. If I lost everything and I'm still standing, I still won. If I crawled to the top of that mountain and I only got one leg left and one arm left, I still won. Why? Because I made it. And that determination right there is what you can hold on to that'll get you to it. I'm not going through nothing for nothing no more. I'm not crying no tears just to be crying no tears, singing sad songs and just being another sad sob story. I'm not doing that. I'm intentionally creating. So if I got to cry, I'm gonna make sure it builds something. I'm gonna make sure those tears water some type of seed so I can bear fruit. That's the type of intention you have to have in your life, is that if I gotta go through pain, there's definitely gotta be a gain. No pain, no gain, no risk, no reward. I'm taking all the risk because I can't lose. I'm taking all the risk because I can't lose. If I take a risk in something and it does not turn out the way that I thought it was going to turn out, then I'm going to take that lesson, try again, and best believe next time I take a risk with the new perspective that I have, the new information, the new wisdom, and the new experience, I'm going to win even greater than that. And you can see that in many instances of your life. You can see how many times you got turned down from a job that you wanted, but here you got a business that is successful. You can see how they overlooked you for promotion, but here you got a whole business of being yourself that is successful. Where can they pay you to be yourself other than the game you play? You get to be yourself and bring in abundance. Wow, that's the type of games we're playing. We're playing be yourself, know who you are, find your way back home, know your power, know your strength, operate in character, walk through abundance, make it through the fire without having any smoke on you. We are playing in a higher game and we can't get caught up with low thinking because we got everything at risk here. So that low thinking is not doing anything for us right now. That's like eating candy when your body is hungry for nourishment. Yes, it's sweet, but it's fine for the moment, right? But it's not doing anything to you. As a matter of fact, it set back your goals a little bit, right? Because you're doing more damage than good. Yes, you got the sweet, but you also get the cavities that come with it. Your body is craving for nourishment. Now, I'm gonna do this for a second, right? I'm gonna admit to the world, Toni, that my addiction to Snickers is what I'm talking about. Okay. I would say all the time, a Snicker make everything better, because we pick and choose when we have to make it better. You know what I mean?
You just told the world.
Like when it comes to a Snicker, I was undoing all of my hard work of losing the weight. I had to literally tell myself, okay, is it worth it? Or is it worth it when you go look in the mirror and you don't look the way you wanted to look? Is it worth it that you just put back Every ounce of those muscles you gain, is it worth it? Now, will I indulge in a snicker every now and again? Yes, but it has to be a healthy way. It can't be to a point of addiction or obsession that you undo everything that you have built. So that negative self-talk, same thing. You can't allow that negative self-talk to come in and soothe the moment, right? Because sometimes we'll feel that negative energy and we'll start saying it, and we're feeding that negative entity.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to feed that negative entity. We crave nourishment. So if it's not nourishing you, don't put it in your ears, don't put it in your eyesight, don't have it come out of your mouth, and don't put it in your mouth if it's not nourishment. We have to nourish our bodies first. And listen, if you're going to eat a Snicker, there's a way to do that. Dr. Toni can tell you because she know. She know how to eat. She know how to eat sweets and still have it be healthy. She can do that. You gotta sign up with her, and she'll tell you. Trust me, I know. But what I'm saying is, there's a way to do things, and that's intentional, and that's positive, and that's to know you're going to win. Back to you, Dr. Toni.
That is so awesome, Tichet. You hit the nail right on the head. I'm telling you, it was something that you said that really resonated with me. Like at the end of the game, where we see all the credits and the congratulations and all of the accolades and, the things that they say to the player to, let them know that they won the game or whatever, that was built in. The manufacturer built that in. They didn't have to come up with that after you won the game. They factored it in while they were creating the game. Here's the kicker, while they were creating the challenges, they were creating the congratulations. So they had you winning in mind the whole time that they were creating the game. So I want you to understand that, attractive thinker, while you're facing a challenge, the winning is already a thing. It's already a thing. You're already on your way to the winning season in your life. The moment where you are aware of, the moment where winning manifests in your life, the moment where winning becomes clear to you. Sometimes we get the lesson and the blessing while we're in it. Sometimes we can see that immediately, and sometimes we don't see it until we come out of it. But it's built in. I want you to walk away from this message today knowing that you're already a winner. You already won. You don't have to wait until you get to the end to realize that, or to look for it and say, well, I hope I won, or I hope I win, or I hope this works out. I want you to walk away from this message today knowing that you've already won. And what you're dealing with right now is just the process that you have to go through to get to that end result, to see that end result, that manifestation. But you walk through the process with a winning spirit. That's different. You walk through life differently when you have this knowing. I want you to hear this because I'm reminded myself of a specific time in my life, whereas I had to walk and walking by faith and not by sight. And I had to shift inside. When you walk through life and you feel defeated, that's a different feeling from walking through the same situation and challenge, knowing you're walking into your winning streak. You walk differently when you know you're winning. You talk differently. Your posture, you square your shoulders differently when you know that no matter what you're going through, you're going to win in the end, or it always works out. So that's letting me know, and it goes back to what we always say to shit. It's not what we're going through, but how we're viewing it. That lets me know that it's not what you're going through at this particular time that's going to determine your outcome. It's your attitude. It's your perception of it. It's your belief about it that's going to make that winning season reveal itself to you. You don't have to get to the end to realize you won. You don't have to get to the end to see the win. You don't have to get to the end. You start winning now with a winning attitude. Because when you're in that situation and you have that winning perspective, things start working out. The weight is not as heavy while you're going through it with a winning attitude. Certain things you don't encounter when you have a winning attitude. And I'm sure you've experienced this in your life, attractive thinker and visual encourager. At different times in your life, things you had to walk through, your attitude made it worse. Your attitude made it longer. Your attitude made it harder. And as soon as you shifted your attitude and say, you know what? I don't know when this is going to be over. I don't know how I'm going to come out of this, but I know I keep waking up every day. So I actually believe that I'm going to be okay. So let me just shift into joy and get my peace back. And let's ride this out. Let's walk this out, because I keep waking up. So obviously I'm going to wake up one day and I'm going to be out of this. And I don't want to be out of it and be bitter. I want to be out of it and be better. So let me shift my attitude. Let me shift my energy. Let me shift my spirit. And I've had to do that so many times and wipe my tears and get my attitude, my spirit together, because it feels better when you have peace inside when you're going through something than when you're bitter and regretful and hurting and angry and going through something. It just feels better. It just makes it better. You don't feel the full weight or the impact of what you're going through because your spirit is right. Your spirit is a strong thing, attractive thinker. And I want you to understand that in the end, it does work out. In the end, it will work out for you. It's already worked out. It's not going to start working out in the end. It's already worked out. Just keep moving. Just keep your attitude right and keep moving through that process. Keep walking on that path. And you'll get to the point where you'll say, you know what? Tichet and Dr. Toni were right. In the end, it worked out. Tichet, give us some closing remarks. Tell attractive thinkers and visual encouragers how they can get in touch with you.
Absolutely. One of the things that I was thinking about while you were talking, when they were creating the game to win, I thought the joy is the challenge. You ever think of when you're playing a word game, the joy is the challenge, is the joy, right? And if you think of it that way, you'll find the joy in anything. You'll say the joy is the challenge. How do I do this? Like if you do a Rubik's Cube, and it's challenging, it gives you joy. If you're playing a game and you hit a challenging board, it gives you joy, because we grow and evolve with challenges. And that's our thing. We desire to grow and evolve. If we're not growing and evolving, it's like almost like we're dying inside. And the whole thing is made for us to grow, to learn, and to experience. We cannot forget the joy of the journey and the experience. You can receive a message in anything that goes past you. I have a blog on my website that allows people to see the images that speak and grow with you, and to see that even though you're in this situation, if you connect with this situation, you can see the growth in it. You can see the growth in a butterfly. You can see the growth in giving birth. You can see the growth in having a time lapse, and how you look at how your world comes together as you go. But when you see, it seems like it's moving slow while you're doing it, but when you put it together, it looks like a work of art. We have many things that allow you to see that yet you were desired to win, yes, but the joy is also in a journey and in a challenge. So you can find me on my website at www.visualencouragement.com. We provide mental support for movers and shakers, for trailblazers, pathfinders, and groundbreakers, visionaries who desire to move mountains and just need help lifting the heaviness so that they can create a new vision for themselves. Go to my contact us page, put in your information. Let me know how I can uplift you, enlighten you, and encourage you so that you can live a life, a winning life beyond the break. Again, that's www.visualencouragement.com. See you soon.
Awesome. Attractive thinkers, it's impossible to hear a message like this and not want to take action to get clarity. I want to offer you a clarity session at www.clarity.com www.theattractivethinker.guru. Book your clarity session so that I can shine the light for you so that you can discover your lessons and your blessings. Get your spirit right. So when you come out of this, you come out of this victoriously and you recognize your greatness. You recognize all of the gems that, like Tichet talked about, that you can use going forward in your life. www.clarity.theattractivethinker.guru. Dr. Toni Hatton here. You always hear us say, our life's work, that's to make your life better. And remember, it is not what you're going through, it's how you're doing it. Think attractively. We'll see you soon.